Hello Libra, this is going to be your yearly reading for 2020. So I'm going to pull one card per month and get kind of like a broad overview of what you might be experiencing for 2020. It's going to be pretty awesome. It'll be something you can even look back on, because maybe looking at it at first blush, your perception of what's going to happen or what is happening might be different than what actually happens, and it's kind of like just a good reflection tool you can always check back on. But it's also a nice forecast as well. You get a good heads up of what might be happening for you coming up in 2020. And I will be doing January readings right after I get these yearly readings published. Alright, Libra, this is going to be January. Let me move my little dragonfly there. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Alright, Libra, let's see what we've got for you. For January, looks like you might be moving on from something, completely letting go of something that maybe used to feel good, or there was a lot of emotion tied to it. However, it's like not serving you anymore, so you're going to move on from it. Now, this could be a job that's not really serving you. This could be a relationship, a friendship, maybe, it could be even as simple as just like a roommate that's not really working out. Whatever it is for you, you're going to move on from it and move into something that's a little bit more in line with how you feel and what your emotions are around how you want to really live your life. And the 8 always is there to remind us of the strength, to remain in a strength way. So emotional strength is going to go with this, because this would traditionally be the 8 of Cups. So moving on in January. Well, this little guy wants to fall. Okay, now for February, we have the 3 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles can sometimes feel like a stuck situation, kind of like you just don't really know where to go, you're not sure what to do next. And that reason is because you're feeling like, okay, where am I at? Where am I going? You might have this like apprehension of not knowing what to do next. And the suggestion for February is to reach out, because really the 3 is there to remind us that we make what our life is going to be. And if you reach out or receive somebody trying to reach out to you, you're probably going to get like more information or an idea of something that's going to move you forward out of this kind of like stuck feeling. So if you're feeling kind of stuck in February, Libra, make sure that you open up or reach out, okay? One of the two, or a mixture of both. Keep balance, right? Always keeping in balance. Now, I am doing these a little bit fast because I do still plan to do my monthly free readings. So these are just kind of broad overviews of the months coming. Now, in March, you're going to have healing. So this is going to be the 6 of Wands. And whenever we get the 6 of Wands, it's like there's been a victory, right? There's been some good things to celebrate. And now you're able to do some healing. Now that you have actually gone through and done some things and completed some things, there's time to like chill out a little bit and do some healing, some inner work. And maybe after some of this reaching out and walking away, healing is exactly what is in store for you, Libra. You're going to have to maybe take March as a month to just chill out, relax, do what you do, because it's going to be up to you to do it, because 6s are a choice. It's always up to us. It's our choice to, move forward with whatever is in front of us. And it seems like healing is going to be something that's really important for you, because you have had a victory. The 6 of Wands in traditional tarot is going to be the figure on the horse celebrating a victory. It looks like a return from war or some sort of battle. And that's when the healing can begin, because it's over. Whatever you walked away from and maybe felt like maybe kind of in a solitude moment in February, that's going to break away now, and you're going to be able to do some healing in March, which brings you into April, and you're going to get a chance to change your focus. So something you might be, believing in prior to April will change. Whenever we get this Five of Cups, it's kind of like recognizing where, yeah, there's all this, but I really want this. There's been this happening in my life, but there's so much more to look forward to. Some of us can get stuck in this Five of Cups feeling where we look at our past and, let that be the thing that defines us and say that that's us and that's what we've been through, so that's all we're going to have in the future. But really, this card is there to remind you that there's so much difference when you've grown and you've gained more experience and more knowledge. Moving into something is going to be different because you are different. So changing your focus in April is going to be really important for you, and it's probably already going to be there if you do that inner healing and that inner work, because you'll get that inner guidance and, spiritual guidance from whatever it is that you believe in to help you change your focus and let you figure out what it is that you believe in and how you feel about what you believe in. Is what you believe in still what you believe in? Are you different now because of what you've experienced and everything that you've been through, especially with this heavy, feeling and emotion here in January? After the healing is there, something might be different for you. You may change your view on something. And when we do that, our belief comes into question. So it's all around what you believe in April and how you're going to change your focus around that. Let's move into May. Now this is a really cool card because it is telling you to just relax a little bit. So you have a couple cards here that are telling you to do a lot of healing and relaxing the first part of 2020 so far. So this card is usually going to be the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords comes along when we need to do some R&R, some self-care, and from that inner chilling and relaxed work, we're going to gain a lot of joy and stability moving forward. So it's really all about checking in with yourself, checking in with your guides. Seems like that's going to be a lot going on that mid-year point. You're going to be doing a lot of inner work, maybe getting a lot of downloads. 2020 is supposed to be a huge transformational year for everybody, so this is going to be a part of that for you. This is going to be where you're having to slow down a little bit, okay, and really get into your year, Libra, with some relaxation and self-care. And from that, you're going to gain joy and stability. It's going to be really good for you. Okay, now let's move into June, because it looks like you're going to have some challenging times. Now, whenever we get the 5s and 7s, they're kind of like these creators of chaos. They come through and give us these hurdles and these barriers, and, sort of like the universe giving us a little bit of resistance to test us, test our faith, test if we really want something. With the power, the law of attraction and the power that comes with that, sometimes it's like, do you really want this? So the 5 right here is going to be the 5 of Swords. Now, whenever we get this 5 of Swords, it's kind of like this feeling of, what is your belief? And how are you defending it? And what is it that, your thoughts are? And how are you communicating about your belief? So when you've changed your focus, you might get feedback from your peers, your loved ones, the people that you're around mostly, because you're going to be different and people aren't going to understand right away. And you may have some challenge and some feedback and some criticism that you're going to have to defend. And you're standing there with your shield like, well, this is what I think and this is what I believe now. Yes, I know I used to be this person over here that thought this, but I'm this person now. And it's really like challenging you to stand your ground and really, back up your belief. What is it that you believe in, Libra? What do you believe with your job? What do you believe about that person's decision that affects you? What do you believe with your life choices? Whatever it is you believe, you're going to be challenged to stand your ground with that and bring that forward, really stand in your power with it. And it may feel challenging, but what it's going to do is reinforce you and validate your own self to yourself as you move through the beginning of the year. Really awesome energy right there, because when we can stand in our power and know like we know it, it's going to really validate and empower us. Alright, let's move into July here. Now, halfway through the year here, it looks like you're going to have a realization, okay? Now, this realization is, yeah, I have all these options, and this is cool, but what I really want is this. So it's almost like he's looking at what he has and what he's built, okay? But the opportunity beckons for something more. There's something more, and you know it, and you can feel it, okay, Libra? That's going to be really important for you in July, is to recognize that there's something. You're going to have a realization that there's an opportunity, and you're very interested in it, and it's something that you've been wanting because it doesn't compare to what's in front of you. When we look at the traditional tarot of Four of Cups, there's going to be 3 in front of the figure and 1 in the air, and he's looking at the 3 like, no, these are cool, but I don't really want these. You know, and that's kind of what's happening here. It's like you have these things, but you're not going to settle. So make sure you're not settling in July, because there is an opportunity that comes forward for you if you're open and available for it. You know, that's another, you know, with this challenging times, you may be feeling kind of deflated, like you have to make a choice, but you don't have to make a choice, because there is an opportunity in July that's going to be coming. And you'll realize it, and that's what that 4 is about. It's about realization. You know, you have a couple different realizations here. All right, let's move into August here. Now, August is saying that, you know, with this 9 of Wands, you're kind of like done with something. You're done messing with something. There's been a burden. It's been overwhelming. You're just done with it. And it says darkest fears because sometimes we're like, oh, why did I start this? And we feel regret or we feel remorse about it. And this card is there to remind you that you can get through this kind of stuff with your wisdom and the experiences that you've gained from it. So there shouldn't be regret. And the fear of moving forward or moving out of something and doing something different is all really just in your mind, because you were really passionate about it when it started. So there shouldn't be regret. You know, you made the decision to start something, and yeah, you may be done with it now, but you did come out of it with more wisdom and experience to your tool belt that you are going to take on with you moving forward in your life. So in August, you may be feeling a certain way about a passion that you had about something at some point prior, that the passion has kind of burnt out. It's done. And you're not really sure how to move out of that, which creates some kind of fear. But, you know, really trusting that you're going to be guided throughout that, and knowing that you have the wisdom and experience to move forward is going to be really important for that one. So check back definitely for your free monthly reading for that one when August comes around in 2020, because maybe we'll have a little bit more information for you, Libra. All right, now you have gone through this whole year without a single major arcana, which are some of the bigger changes that you're going to experience, the transformational ones, those big ones that 2020 has promised for each person. So here in September and October and December, you have 3 major arcana. So it's safe to say that for a lot of Libras out there, there's going to be huge changes in the latter part of the year for 2020 for you. So you're going to get lead. Now, lead is all going to be about the Emperor energy. And the Emperor energy is all about, well, obviously leading, being in a position to lead. And why does he lead? Because he has a realization. He has a deep realization of his own power, of his path, of his destiny, of his knowledge, of everything that he can accomplish when he really puts his mind to it, okay? And when we get this, we get a lot of self-reflection. All right, so, you know, there's going to be a lot of self-reflection throughout the whole year for you already, but this one's going to be where you're able to take all that self-reflection and really put yourself into a position of power and doing something that is within line in your path and, you know, really important to the collective. You know, when we get the Emperor feeling, sometimes it can feel kind of strict, like we're being forced into something, but really it's like you're getting an opportunity to, you know, do something bigger, and it will be a divine process because it's one of the major arcanas. And right next door we have detach. Now, whenever we get detach, that is going to be like, you know, balancing. Okay, so for some of you, yes, the Justice card is going to say, yes, you have you have a victory in October. If any of you are in legal, battles or something like that, it suggests that there is a victory in October. But this can also be about balancing your own life scales, inner and outer world. So, maybe sometimes letting go, detaching from things that are making your scales unbalanced or imbalanced, and letting go of anything in your outer world that just isn't suiting who you are anymore. As we grow and move throughout the world of our life and our perceptions and the way we live, we kind of gather things that just don't really suit us anymore, inner and out. So letting go is going to be a big part of your October, making sure that you let go of anything that's been burdening you, especially since you're in this huge now self-empowering self-realization. You're able to let go of a lot of that stuff that's been holding you down, because the emperor would never hang on to something that is not needed or useful for him to run his entire world, right? He's not just a king, he's the emperor. So he has to run all the kings and everything. So, when you're in that kind of a position of power, you don't hang on to burdens or let fears drag you down. So really detaching from some of the stuff that you've been going through throughout the year is going to be a big part of October. It looks like once you're able to do that, you're going to be doing a lot of celebrating in November. So November may be a really fun month for you for 2020, Libra, because you get the Three of Cups. And that's all about like social invites and celebrations, and what a perfect time being around the holidays. Looks like you may be going to a lot of parties and just really hanging out with friends, family, and enjoying the month, sharing the love, really doing, this giving and receiving. And it's all about what you make it. And that's the message here is you make it. Share that love. If you have a lot of love to give, do that, because it's going to brighten a lot of spirits in November. And it always comes back to you, and it, you know how good it feels to share that love. And then we come to December, your third major arcana. And what an awesome way to end the year is to end it with the first/last card of the tarot. Now I say that because it goes from 21 to 0 to 1, and it's a never-ending circle. Circles never end, right? So this is the part between the end, the world card, and the beginning, the master, the magician. So this is trust, and this is where we have to take a leap of faith, some kind of a risk. And the reason we do that is because we have finished up a huge cycle. And for you, there's been a lot of inner healing, inner work, self-realization that's happened, and you're going to be able to take that new information and all the stuff that's happened from this cycle and move forward into 2021 with some sort of huge, amazing trust. This isn't like, trust me, you'll love this restaurant. No, this is like, trust me, if you move across the country. This is like that kind of huge change because it's a major arcana. So something huge is going to happen for you in December, where you're going to get to be able to experience that huge trust, that free fall, that trust fall or whatever for the universe, and go for something that you absolutely love because you've gone through some sort of huge cycle that ends in December 2020. All right, thank you so much, Libra, for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please, please, please subscribe. It helps me spread this channel around. And if you like the video, hit the like button and come back for your monthly readings. I'll be working on November's, and I hope you guys have an awesome New Year's beginning. Talk to you later. Thanks.